Good afternoon, les amis de la France. Vive l'Alliance française. Today we are going to demo for you Crepes Omelette Souffle Loraine. Two recipes for that. The crepe, page 312, and the omelette soufflé, page 318. So a little bit more reading than usual, but the result is worth the pain. So let's begin with the Crepes Omelette Souffle Lorraine. Equipment for the Crepes Omelette Souffle Lorraine. Baking sheet, a mixer or hand mixer, 2 bowls, 2 mixing bowls, 2 whisk attachments, a pie dish, a large skillet, a spatula, a palette knife, a whisk, and a lighter or torch if you wish to flamber. The crepe, the batter, 250 grams of all-purpose flour, 55 grams of neutral oil, 60 grams of sugar, 300 grams of whole eggs, 15 grams of Grand Marnier or Benedictine liquor, finely grated zest of 1 organic orange, 80 grams of melted butter, 750 grams of whole milk divided in 2, and 100 grams of butter for the pans. The ingredients for the soufflé omelette for the Crepes Lorraine are butter and sugar for the serving dish, 120 grams of egg yolk, 200 grams of granulated sugar, 240 grams of egg white, 1 pinch of salt, 30 grams of lemon juice, 50 grams of the butter, 200 grams of Benedictine liquor or Grand Marnier liquor. The Culinary Institute Lenotre used for its whole milk, the whole milk from Bordon, vitamin D, that you can find nationwide. The recipe of the crepe soufflé omelette. The crepe by itself, page 312, and the omelette inside the crepe, page 318. We will mix the ingredients one at a time. The flour, the oil, the granulated sugar, the eggs in 3 steps, and I'm mixing at the center of the flour, and I let the flour to incorporate the batter little by little. I don't go all the way. More eggs. Always just at the center. We should be able to do 15 crepes, medium size, with that recipe. The rest of the eggs. Then the Grand Marnier or the Benedictine liquor. Before adding the butter and the milk, I advise to use a mixer, electric mixer, to make sure that the blend is smooth and liquid. Now it's creamy, ready to add the zest. The zest is optional. If you do Grand Marnier and flambé, use the zest. If not, it's not needed. Now the butter from Normandy. If you do Benedictine, you know, it's a liquor from Normandy. Fécamp. Ready for the whole milk. We have to reserve the butter overnight in the cooler, well covered. Why is that? It will develop the aroma of each ingredient and it will thicken. Now tomorrow morning we will have a leftover of 200 grams of milk to make it more liquidy if needed before cooking. So I'm finishing, now that I know that my batter is uniform, I'm finishing to add all the milk, the whole milk, except the 250 grams for tomorrow, if needed. Beautiful. The butter is ready. Let's be patient. Overnight in the cooler, well covered. I sprinkled some sugar on the plate so it will not stick, and I will do the same thing in between each layer. I'm melting the butter on a skillet, medium heat. When it's warm enough, the butter. It's halfway through. I reduce the heat so it's even. And now we have to be patient before we can enjoy that delicacy. We are using a non-stick skillet. The temperature has to be medium. On this induction is 5.5. And it's cooking very nicely. Since we are going to fill it with the soufflé cream, et voilà. The crepe omelette souffle Lorraine has two phases. First, the crepe that we did earlier. Second, we are going to prepare the soufflé to be baked later inside the crepe, finishing them in the oven. So preheat your oven at 325 Fahrenheit. So we start with a baking dish of ovenable, butter and sugar in it. Then we are going to whisk the eggs and sugar and liquor to achieve a ribbon texture. First, the egg yolk to be whipped with the granulated sugar. And the sugar, medium speed. Before adding the liquor, let's scrape the inside of the bowl. Medium speed. So now you are ready to add the liquor. After adding the liquor, you accelerate slowly the speed of the mixing until it turns really white. And I will scrape it one more time. Five minutes later, how your egg yolk look like? They look white. In French, we say blanchir les jaunes, to blanch the yolk. So you see the ribbon you have to achieve after 5 minutes. We are going to do a kind of meringue without sugar to be added in the soufflé batter. Because it's a small quantity, I'm not using the big electric mixer. I think just the hand one will work. So I'm pouring my egg white here. I'm going to start mixing it, and then later add a little bit of lemon juice and some pinch of salt. I start at a slow speed and accelerate gently. During the process, a pinch of salt, a little lemon juice, the final step to make it thicker will be full speed. Full speed. When you reach that peak, that means the egg white are fully blanched. Ils sont complètement montés. You see it here. This is the peak in the bowl. Nice peak. Okay? You stay vertical. Enough oxygen in my egg white. To finish the soufflé batter, I'm going to add my egg white gently, slowly, into the soufflé batter. That looks like a meringue, except that the sugar is in the soufflé batter. The egg white are blending nicely into the soufflé batter. And I turn and I lift gently, not fast. No, the soufflé batter is at the right consistency. You see, the batter is ready to be poured and cooked in the skillet. Ready to pre-bake the soufflé batter in the skillet. Medium heat. I'm waiting for the butter to be warm enough before pouring the batter into the skillet. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to prepare my first crepe, nicely baked on both sides, as you can see, but not too much because it's going to the oven again. Let's try the first soufflé. It will take 4 to 5 minutes to pre-bake. It could be a good idea to spread the batter evenly in the skillet, so not one side will cook faster than the other side. I'm checking the color before moving it to the crepe. The folding of the Crepes Omelette Souffle Loraine. Here it is. And now it's ready to bake in the oven that you have preheated at 325 degrees, which is Fahrenheit, 175 centigrade. While my crepe in the oven at 175 degrees centigrade, I'm preparing the soufflé. Flambé, Grand Marnier, warming here. When it's boiling, I will pour it on the crepe and let me test that gas. And I will do that. The equipment is working, it's a good thing. The liquor is warming, it's a good thing. Start to smell very good. Now this is a reward of the chef in the kitchen. Our Crepes Omelette Souffle Lorraine spent 9 minutes in the oven at 325 Fahrenheit, 175 degrees centigrade. And now we are going to do a flambé. So I'm opening my gas sterno, lighting it. And here we have the flambé going on. Splendid. Smells good. This is how your crepe omelette souffle Lorraine will look like. It's super hot. Be careful before serving. And I'm sure your guests will applaud you. Vive l'Alliance française!